All right, this is going to be my final video on the Blackview BV9500 Pro. You can see I broke the screen. Wasn't happy about it because, I had the complaints in my other videos and stuff, but the phone really hadn't given me an issue. I loved being able to have a phone that no matter where I was and stuff like that, 3 days easy, even out at my off-grid place where it has a very hard time finding service and that usually drains your battery fast, it'll still last 3 days without being charged. You can use it as a battery bank. The screen broke. I had it in my lap and I was sitting on my friend's stairs, wooden stairs, and I forgot it was in my lap and it bounced down the stairs and landed face down like in his dirt lot, and it must have been a rock somewhere right up here, just hit it right. The reason why I think the screen broke was, obviously because of the fall, but I left it on the tailgate in my truck while I was shooting for a very long time, and the screen was physically hot to the touch, and I've had that happen in the past with my Kyocera Duraforce Pro, where the screen was really hot from sitting in the sun. And we actually had someone threw a rock, a teeny little pebble, bounced and it tapped the screen, and I watch it do that. So these Gorilla Glass screens, when they get hot, it doesn't matter, they're weak. It's still functional. My SIM card and stuff's out of it, but the phone is usable. The reason why you're seeing this crazy line right here is I just put some packaging tape over it because I had to use it for the last couple weeks until I figured out what I was going to do with a phone. I'm not going to put in my password for it. I didn't reset it yet in case I need to go back to using it. But for the price that these have come down to now, I think the standard BV9500 is like $230. The Pro is still up around $3. You could probably get a better deal because they're coming out with a new generation of these like utilitarian heavy duty phones. If they work the kinks out and you get one that isn't bad, it's pretty good value for the money. At first I was disappointed, but the more I used it, the more I realized that, hey, it's a small company. They're getting started off. I got one of these phones early on when they were released, so maybe I just had some bad luck. One thing that I was happy with on this is it supports voice over LTE or HD voice. I didn't even know what that was or care about it at first, but when I went to replace this phone, I had originally got the phone I talked about a lot in my comments with this, the Kyocera Duraforce Pro 2. I got it as a Verizon unlocked phone, put it in. Besides the stupid bloatware software on that phone, it wouldn't allow me to use voice over LTE, even though it was unlocked with T-Mobile. So every time I got a phone call, it would drop data. So I actually went back to using this for like another couple days. And then I'm recording this with a Samsung S9 that my friend let me borrow, and I'll probably use this for a while. But I was happy that Blackview, they did a lot of research on making it so you can stick your SIM card in this phone and it'll work. Even T-Mobile has said that unless you buy a T-Mobile device and it's their device and it supports HD voice or voice over LTE, that they won't allow it to work. It did. It worked fine on this. Since I got the camera glass repaired and put the little bumper on there, it kept this from getting hit. So that really wasn't a problem. But one thing that I did notice is my pictures started getting cloudy. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see. Yeah, you can see it. It's got a good camera on it, this Samsung phone. See how there's like dust underneath? I don't know if that got in there because the guy who put this camera glass on me did it as a favor. He didn't charge me anything because I originally was going to swap out the whole backside of this phone. I ordered a piece. But he ended up saying it was too much work for him because it is a lot of work. And it started making the pictures cloudy, which I didn't like. But Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. This phone does still work, and I can still use it if I want. But now that I have this S9 to use, and I'm just going to stick with it for a little while until Blackview's actually coming out with a newer phone, the BV9900 Pro, which looks pretty cool because I really wanted a phone with a wide-angle lens like a GoPro on it, which Kaios here was the only one doing that, and Blackview is making one where it's got like 4 different cameras on the side. It's an air monitor. It's pretty cool. I may consider getting that, but I wanted to do a final follow up on this because a lot of people came and asked me in comments questions about this. If I could find this phone again, if I found one for like $200, I'd probably just buy it and continue to use it again. You can buy a screen for this for like 50 some odd bucks, and then I think like $80, and you can get the full front piece, so it's already mounted on the glass. I sort of was angry because I broke the screen and just decided I'm gonna move on with something else. But yeah, it was good. I'm gonna sell this on eBay since it still works with all the extra pieces, and I have the slip grip mount that I've previously had. Because I'm sure someone could fix it and use it, or use it for parts for their phone. But I really hope that Blackview does well. They're very unique in what it seems like their team wants to accomplish. They want to accomplish making a good, hardy phone for someone who works outside or likes being outside. I hope they perfect their stuff and they can become a bigger competitor without having the glitches and the small things wrong and the oversights, like having this camera break. I did contact them directly about it, and they offered to take this back before I shattered the screen, look at it and fix it. But then I shattered the screen, and they said, well, that's not covered, you'll have to pay for it. And I'm not waiting 2 months to send it back and forth plus the shipping costs. But anyway, if you have any other questions about this phone that I didn't cover in my little video series about this over the time I had it. By the way, I just hit having this phone for 11 months. My kids are playing in the background. You probably hear them. So, yeah, let me know if you have any other questions. I'll do my best to answer them. And if for some reason you found this video and you're interested in buying this, I have the same username on eBay. You can look it up.